Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. So, guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I've been such a busy bee. Busy bee. Seriously, it's been a busy day. Very busy day. So, I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is massive power up just happened for you. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on in the world, a lot of stuff going on in personal lives, a lot of stuff going on energy wise, just a lot of. Rada. Do you guys ever watch I don't even remember the name of that show. It was not Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Chowder. Was that the name of the show? Chowder? Rada. You love Chowder? Oh my god, my kids love Chowder. I used to love watching it too. And then I also love watching Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That one was a really good one as well. I mean, I'm down for a good show. Don't matter if it's animated. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's get started. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So there's a lot of shifting. There's a lot of stuff that you've been experiencing. There was just quite a bit, right? And I'm feeling this too, to be honest. There's quite a bit that you've been processing, and you know, you're processing stuff. You're doing the processing that's necessary, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Um yeah. Let's go ahead and one more deck, I'm told. Which one would you like, Soul? What? This one. This one. Okay. Here goes, guys. Whew. Okay. So, you've been through or are still going through a massive test. We're all going through similar types of learning, but we're at different places within that space of learning. Okay. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. But sometimes, even though you're exactly where you need to be, you're needing a little bit of development of your understanding of exactly what's happening. That's fair. That's fair and that's understandable. And so here I am, going to help you understand things a little better for yourself. Right. Okay. Oh, okay, the testing that occurred. Damn. I love this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to claim this reading for myself. You guys can go ahead and claim this reading too if you want. Just seeing how the cards are right now, it feels very very um Soul has some profound messages for those who are ready. Okay. I'm claiming this. I don't know the rest of the cards, but I'm claiming just from what I see right now. So, what happened was something that was trying so hard to really just get you to question your dedication to whatever process you're in. Whatever this is that you're going through, it's intense. It's meant to be intense. It is not meant to punish you, although it seems like you're being punished. It's meant to teach you something seriously profound about yourself, about your life, about your process. It's intense. It's intense. And if you can double down on your commitment, your dedication to what it is you're going through, not I'm not talking about doubling down on allowing yourself to struggle. I'm talking about doubling down on the outcome that you are needing to focus on manifesting. Yesterday, you guys saw me in a really difficult space within myself. I completely own my experiences. I have no shame about having my own struggles. That's important for you guys to see, right? No, it wasn't something calculated. It wasn't something I was like, oh, let me cry on a live stream to like, bond with my people. No, I hate when people see me cry. It just irks the shit out of me. It does. It does. Uh, but it's important for you to see me as a whole being. So when that organically happens, keyword organically, when that organically happens, I have to just remain present and process out loud, right? So you saw me doing that. And as I was processing and struggling, you also saw me double down like, no, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit on myself and my process. This is a really shitty part of it, but this is not the end all be all. That I just need to see this through and I will find myself on the other side of it. And that's exactly what happened this morning. I found myself on the other side of it. All of these things that I was afraid was going to be the end result. I mean, I spent the rest of the day yesterday, which, I didn't really have much time to myself. I ended up going live on TikTok. So, but whatever left of the day that I had, I really just, I allowed myself to visualize this is what is fair. This is what the outcome should be. I'm not going to veer from any other visual, any other vision of how this will turn out. Right? Do we need to watch that video of me again? The one that I shared yesterday that I came across on my TikTok page, trying to be nosy and see what people were talking about. Do we need a reminder of that? That you have earned everything that you are about to get. You're not just being given something, you have worked so hard for this. You have worked so hard for this. So allow yourself to receive, allow it in. Okay. Part of how you're going to allow this in is by recognizing when your boundaries are being tested. Oftentimes, when boundaries are being tested through circumstance, through people, these disrespectful motherfuckers. sorry, sorry. I just felt a little something there. Sometimes when your boundaries are being tested, what needs to end up happening is you need to just further commit to what it is you're doing. I mean, really though, when things get rough, it's usually an indication that you're at the tail end of whatever you are struggling through. Have you ever noticed that? It's usually right when you reach that point of, I can't take anymore. I can't tolerate anymore, that you're no longer asked to continue to tolerate a circumstance that's designed to expand you beyond your known existence. Stretching your awareness is a painful process. It's very uncomfortable. You're going beyond the boundaries of what you know. And because you don't know how far you're being stretched, you'll feel some type of way. You'll struggle. You'll feel pain. You'll feel frustration. And in that, if you allow yourself to claim it, that this is just a part of the process, this is not going to last longer than it needs to, that I will get through this because I'm choosing to, because I will not give up on myself anymore, then you get right through it. You get right through it. I was over here like, self, soul, God, Michaela, Marlene, even. If y'all could just like help me hold shit together for like, Just until this is done, I would just help me hold things together because this has been very, very challenging. It has been it's been a process that I've needed to face. And so I did. I did. And I woke up this morning with the types of confirmation that I needed. Sometimes the fear that you have about the outcome of whatever you've been working on, it's not necessarily that you don't believe in yourself and that's why you're afraid. It's that you're beginning to realize the gravity of the task at hand and it becomes overwhelming. So allow yourself to feel overwhelmed for a few seconds, a few minutes, an hour even, and then keep going. And then keep going. Allow yourself to get to the part where you see the finish line. And don't stop just because you see the finish line. Walk past the finish line. Go all the way. Go all the way, right? All the way. So, alchemist, your commitment to your process is what's going to alchemically change whatever process you're in. And as you go through that alchemical change, you're going to feel very ungrounded, right? Grounding in reverse. You're going to feel very ungrounded. You're going to feel uprooted. You're going to feel disheveled. You're going to feel some type of motherfucking way. And you know why? Because you're being adjusted. Your direction is being adjusted so you can more efficiently come back home to yourself. It's almost like this sense of being or feeling displaced, right? Like everything is messed up. Everything is a mess. Oh my gosh, everything is a mess. How, what, oh, her, right? And you're probably like, what's so funny about that? Well, because you're not seeing what I'm seeing. Everything's a mess because your home is being remodeled. It's being updated. Beautiful, beautiful fixtures are being installed. New flooring. Hell, even new drywall. Fuck yeah, everything's going to be a mess. But if you go through the process and you allow yourself to complete that process, oh my God, the beauty of what happens once you finish. I mean, if you already begin the deconstruction of your home in order to remodel it, and you get overwhelmed because of all of the debris that's left laying around and the dust everywhere and all of that yuckiness, you gonna quit? You gonna stop there? You're gonna live in a fucked up space for quite some time, for as long as it takes for you to pick that hammer back up. Do you realize that's how your spiritual process works? That is how it works. Things must first be deconstructed. You're not going to put new drywall on top of old drywall. You have to remove the old first. And then you can install the new. If you're going to quit in the middle of that, you have the right to quit. It's your life. But no, you're going to be living in that environment that will remind you the way in which you quit yourself. You gave up on yourself. And it will continue until you pick that hammer back up and you continue with your construction. You continue with the plan, leaving room for adjustment. People, I've never remodeled a home. But I have watched a lot of Property Brothers and a shit ton of HGTV. That used to be like my favoriteest channel ever for years, for years. I also visit Anna White's website every so often. I've built quite a bit of furniture from her website. I have. I installed at one point, I installed a floating platform bunk bed. Bitch, what? What? You heard me. A floating platform bunk bed. Uh, raw wood. What? Craig Jig. Bitch, yes. My most favorite is tools. I love it. I love it. But here's the thing, getting back on track. If you allow yourself to get so fixated on the specifics of how things are going to go, when you come across something that is a little bit of a hiccup, an unknown factor, well, if you can't move with it, you're going to be so frustrated that you're going to want to give up. You don't have the option of giving up unless you want to frustrate yourself. You can do that, but you're going to frustrate yourself. The massive power up that's about to happen for most of you, it's going to happen because you are going to keep pushing until one day you wake up and you're like, holy shit, the fuckery is done. That cycle is done. I wish I could tell you guys what my entire frustration and just overwhelming emotions over the past week have been about. I wish I could tell you, and at some point I will, but not yet. Not yet. And it'll make sense. It'll make sense. I wish I could share it. I wish I could. I cannot yet. You're going to have to just allow yourself to recognize. I'm speaking from experience. Just push a little bit more. Just a little bit more. It's almost there. You are approaching that space where you're going to be able to look at what's happened and it's going to make sense. You're going to see how everything fit together and how all these hardships and frustrating moments really were building up the outcome, an outcome that is in your favor because you have always conducted yourself with integrity and honesty. When that is how you exist, there is nothing anyone can do to actually truly tear you down. I have had people try. Why have they not been successful? Because there's nothing in my closet. There's nothing to weaponize against me. You know that saying, no weapon formed against me shall prosper? Fuck that. I'm not even going to give anyone the opportunity to form any weapon. And the knowing of how you conduct yourself in your life. If you know you do some shady shit here and there, hey, some people do that. So then stop. Don't do that anymore. And if someone brings up something that happened in the past, own it. You know what? Yeah, I did. That was fucking shady of me. I did that at some point. And, I learned. I'm ashamed of that part, but it helped me to learn why I won't do that anymore, why that wasn't right. What's someone going to say about you when you say that You took away the weapon. There is no more weapon. None. None. I once had someone that didn't even know me, heard things from someone else who didn't like me. Didn't like me because why? Well, because I'm fucking smarter than her. I'm more gifted than her. Um, People like me more than her. I'm more successful than her. Whatever other fucking thing this whack ass hoe could think of. And yeah, no, I have the absolute right to have the opinion that I have of that person at this point. It's been years, and I've never allowed myself to truly have a genuine opinion of that individual. And I don't feel ashamed about seeing the truth for what it is. Now, was that my opinion that I am smarter, that I am cuter, even? No, I thought we were fucking friends. I'm fucking oblivious. I am. I'm oblivious. I'm like, I feel like everyone has the same heart as me. Like, I would never fuck with you. I just wouldn't. That's not something I do to people. So I assumed you'd like, I didn't do anything to you, so you wouldn't do that to me. Apparently, that's not how all people function. So she goes and tells someone some fucking contrived shit. It's not even rooted in factual events. It's just like totally skewed in their perception. And they told another person. And again, that person doesn't even know me. And so that person goes ahead and um, makes this post, short of adding my name to it. They make this post talking about how I have daddy issues. My father's a narcissist. I absolutely have issues with my father. Absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. You needed me to feel ashamed and embarrassed and like shrink away because well, you pointed out a fact. I have tremendous fucking shit that I deal with on a regular basis inside myself as an end result of being raised by a narcissistic father. Don't you sound like a dick? Yeah, I'm not ashamed. That's not my secret to hold. It's not. Someone else want to bring up something about me? Better make sure it's true. And if it's true, I don't mind talking about it. Tear me down how? You can't. There is no weapon that can be formed. It's not even this thing of whatever weapons are formed against me. No, there's no weapon to form. When you own your life, oh my God, the massive power up. Why do you think people from the past remain in the past for me? They don't come back. When there is conflict like that, they don't come back. What, you gonna talk about something factual? No, it's opinion. Well, I got the fucking facts. I don't delete anything. Be careful what you initiate with me, because then the truth might come out for people way back when, years ago. Of course, they're not going to initiate shit with me. Not again. No. Why? Because they need that story that they told everyone to remain intact. And if they initiate shit now, their story will unravel because now I'll actually speak up for myself. No, I don't have any conflict. I have only one person I have conflict with. That will be resolved shortly. I have only one person that I have conflict with. Only one. And that, as I said, will be resolved shortly through factual evidence. Don't allow any weapons to form against you. Own every aspect of your life. People get embarrassed when they bring things up designed to embarrass you, and you straight up own that. Like, yeah, that was a really fucked up period for me. I was going through so much shit. But yeah, I mean, why would you bring that up? That's kind of assholeish. What are you thinking? What made you bring that up? You just kind of in the mood to be an asshole? I get it. Sometimes I'm in the mood to be an asshole too. I don't act upon it though. I don't act upon it. What's going on with you that you're being so flagrant with your assholery? What is it? You need someone to talk to? I find when I approach things like that, people get real fucking embarrassed by their own behavior. They get real embarrassed by their own behavior. And it's not me faking. I literally have no shame when it comes to the things I've lived through. I have no shame in any of it. Lose your shame you have regarding yourself. Even if you at some point had no other option than to be in the sex trade, right? I'm not encouraging people to enter into the sex trade. That's kind of, I don't, yeah, okay. But here's the thing, I've known people who were in that industry who, before I knew they were in that industry, I had already formed a friendship with them. I see them for who they are. And the awareness that they participated, even as just a dancer in that industry, that's not something to be ashamed of. You did what you did to earn a living wage. That's not going to change how I see you or feel about you at all. At all. Hmm. Yes. And what's important is for those who have had no other option but to seek employment in ways that traditionally are embarrassing and frowned upon. Did you know that Maya Angelou was a prostitute in her early years? She was a single mother. She had no choice but to be a prostitute. One of the most brilliant poets to have ever lived. Mm, mm. Not broken by her circumstance, but instead, her circumstance provided her the fuel for the very thing she was designed to gift to humanity. Have you ever read her poetry? It's fucking powerful. Powerful. The hardships that we face are the very things that form us in ways that prepares us properly for the purpose we were designed to live just by being ourselves. That's amazing. That everything you are going through is further cultivating whatever divine purpose you were placed in this life to fulfill. Hot diggity damn. Now, I've never been a sex worker. I don't have any plans to be. But the knowledge that something so beautiful could be born from something so difficult, so dark. Like, damn. It gives me perspective. It gives me tremendous perspective on the ways in which we are being given the opportunity for massive power ups. Only if we allow these adversarial circumstances we are living through to serve the purpose they're designed to serve. I don't know what the purpose is. I don't know what you're supposed to become. I do know you're already it. You are already that. And you are merely in the process of admitting this to yourself, of accepting that you have always been whatever you are working so hard to see yourself as. That's fucking powerful. That you're not working to become something. You already are that. What you are working on is accepting that you are already what you are. Respect your process. You can feel negative about it. You can be upset about it. That's normal. That's natural. You've seen me do that. It's normal. It's a human thing, right? Your goal is not to be something beyond human. Your goal is to allow your divinity to be expressed through your living humanity. It's okay to have human moments because you're a human being. All these people in spiritual communities trying to identify as something, anything outside of merely being human. The most powerful thing I can be in this life is a human being having a human experience while still retaining my humanity. Damn. I struggle with that. I struggle with this human shit. I do. I do because I'm so cognitive of this other aspect of me that transcends the human, that it's like, fuck, these humans. How do you cope? Well, soul, I just sometimes I cry. Sometimes I eat my feelings. Sometimes I spend 4 hours at the gym. Most times I just accept that I am who I am and that my perception of myself will shift and change and grow. And it is merely a process. It is merely a process. If something like 90% of your body is made of water, and you look at these bodies of water that are so far beyond your capacity to grasp with your limited human awareness, do you really know how big the oceans are? I mean, it's big, right? But do you know how big? Do you understand the scale of the size of these large bodies of water? No, I don't understand it. It's beyond what I can comprehend. And if it's beyond what I can comprehend, the depth of it, what it contains, what's hidden in the deep, I just have to remind myself every day at the edges of its known spaces, there's this consistent ebb and flow, macro and micro ebb and flow. The waves touch the shore, not in a straight linear line, but this wavy pattern, back and forth, back and forth. And as it does that on a second by second basis, there's this movement that's happening on a macro level. We call it high tide and low tide. That is exactly how your life functions. That is exactly how your emotions function. These people who are trying to tell you that the massive power up comes from what? Forcing your way through? Forcing your way through what? Where are you even going? Do you know what your soul is trying to do for you? Where it is trying to take you? No, none of us know. So then why are you trying to take the wheel? You don't even know how to drive the car. I understand that at this point. I don't even have a learner's permit. When it comes to driving my spiritual vehicle, I don't even have a learner's permit yet. I've simply grown enough to know that you turn the ignition, the gas, and the brake, and that's that. That's that. So give yourself the time. Allow yourself to go through the process. Invocation, allowing yourself to call upon the parts of you that already have the experience. These are parts that have lived previous lives. These are parts that retain the memories, that retain all of these different characteristics that are necessary for whatever it is that you're facing, right? So I'm someone that in my late teens, early 20s, I was going to the gym pretty regularly. Um, I enjoyed it. And then for a long period, I didn't go to the gym. I developed fibromyalgia. I had a pretty serious chronic back injury, gained a lot of weight, just all of these different reasons. I thought they were reasons, but really they were excuses. Excuses as to why I refused to take care of myself. And then in my early 30s, I went through this thing where it was like, I need to get healthy. I need to get healthy. And so I lost a lot of weight. I was going to the gym like crazy, but I was using the gym to punish myself. That couldn't be sustained. Then I went through another period where I gained a shit ton of weight again. And the reason it's important to note that I gained a shit ton of weight is because my joints can't handle that kind of weight. It's not for aesthetics. My joints literally cannot handle that type of weight. I was carrying my pain in physical form. Mhm. And then when I began to take care of my body, not to take care of myself, but because I was exclusively breastfeeding one of my children who was very sick, I had to eliminate all the foods that I knew he was reactive to. Mhm. Yeah. And then I dropped a shit ton of weight real fast, no effort. And I stayed that size for quite a few years because that is the size I'm supposed to be. Took no effort, did no maintenance. That is the size I'm supposed to be when I remove all of the things that are offensive, all the things that inflame me, that make me sick, that pull me from a space of proper function and form. How many of us have allowed ourselves to not take care of ourselves, giving these reasons, which really are just excuses, as to why you're justified in not caring for yourself? Why are you punishing yourself? For what reason? What has someone convinced you of about yourself and your existence that justifies that continuous punishment? What is it? Dive deep into your truth and find out what that is, and then correct the distortion. You want to have a massive power up? The pathway needs to be clear in order for the energy to flow through it. So then what happened? Well, I stayed a healthy size for myself for quite a few years until I re-immersed myself in the very toxic environment that caused me to give up on myself all those years ago. And guess what? Gained quite a bit of weight back. Went through some more ugliness. Fucked up all my hormones. Gained a shit ton of weight after that. And then I began to feel deathly sick again. And I could smell disease. I have this weird quirk. I can smell when a body is diseased or forming disease. I could smell it. It has a particular smell to it. I have this weird quirk with my olfactory senses. I can smell energy. I can smell disease. I can smell imbalance. I can smell emotions. I can smell when someone is afraid of me. And forever in a combative situation, and you are face to face with me, I can smell when you're afraid. Mhm. Yeah. So I could smell the disease forming in my body. Then finally, I decided to do something about it. What did I do? I went back to the gym. I began taking care of myself again. It did not happen quickly, but it did happen. Why? Simply because I forced it? No, because my body remembers what it feels like to be healthy. My body knows how to function in the way it was designed to. It was I that forgot. It was I that convinced myself something different. I've shared with you guys before that sometimes the older people at the gym, they'll be like, "How the hell do you lift that heavy?" Because I used to lift that heavy when I was younger. It's called muscle memory. My body remembers. It remembers. Even though I feel like I've forgotten, it remembers. Your body remembers everything you have been through. Clear out the trauma so you can hear it clearly. Clear out that trauma so you have no more distortions regarding what it is you're here to do and how you're going to go about doing it. You can feel it. I promise you. You can feel the instructions when there are no more blockages and distortions preventing you from receiving the messages. I feel things in my body often. Yeah, I feel it. I can feel when the weather is going to change. I can feel when someone's going to try something. I can feel so many different things because most of those blockages are gone, properly addressed, not cast aside as though it doesn't mean anything and it's trauma to be thrown away. No, then that makes the trauma a waste. That just ensures you will experience that same trauma again at some point in your life because guess what? You didn't learn what it was teaching you when it happened the first time. The trauma that I'm going through right now that's greatly and negatively affected me. I've learned tremendous things this time around. I've learned tremendous things this time around. I will no longer allow portions of my personality and character to be weaponized against me. If you're going to fucking be weird around me and I sense some type of fucked up intention that you think you're going to hide, I'm going to call your ass out and then I'm going to cut you off. And then I'm going to get real fucking aggressive in defending my space because fuck that shit. I will never go through this fucking type of shit again. Never. I will never be so fucking nice to bastards that they get emboldened in their fuckery. Never will I ever allow myself to do that again. I don't give a fuck if you don't have anyone. You will not use me to satisfy your need to punish people for being good. Never again. Never again. So if y'all see me cuss someone out, you know that's me. making sure I do good on that promise to myself. Never fucking again. Never again. Massive power up. Massive power up. I look at it and I'm like, man, if I could have just gotten to this point of my awareness of myself several years ago, I could have fucking paid for a car in cash. Saucy car at that. I could have paid in cash. Fucking A, girl. That's how much this lesson costs you. Drinking some of my salt away. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Some fucked up shit. Some fucked up shit that I allowed to root in my space. That massive power up. Sometimes it requires you to be very assertive. And sometimes just being assertive is not enough. Sometimes that massive power up that your soul is already preparing you for, sometimes it requires you getting real big fucking mad. Real big mad to the degree that now you're not going to mince your words. You're going to actually speak up, say what you mean and mean what you say. Damn. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yup. That's what that means. Mm-hmm. That massive power up. How much you want to power up? Are you ready for it? Because it's going to require you to exit out of the comfortable spaces that you've been occupying. And I think for a large portion of our community, those comfortable spaces that you've been occupying are spaces where you allow people to mistreat you. I know. Some of you are feeling that right in the chest. Mm-hmm. And you're feeling that because at some point you convinced yourself that's what you deserve. And you're seeing me coming off the tail end of being riled the fuck up that I didn't deserve any of that. I did not fucking deserve any of that. Just for being a good person, for being patient and kind. And now you're realizing that I actually see you. That being strong means nothing if you don't use your power. And I don't mean use your power to hurt other people or bully people or get your way. I'm talking about using your power in the way it was designed to be used, by asserting boundaries, enforcing those boundaries, acknowledging your needs and honoring them. You want that massive power up? Start doing those things. But Emmy, everyone's going to get mad at me. Let them be mad. Let them be mad. The people who get mad that finally you're understanding what you deserve, those are the assholes that do not deserve you. They don't deserve you. Emmy, I won't have anyone left. Baby boo. This world is full of people who are more than eager to use you. I promise you. You will not be alone. You will continue to find the same types of individuals. You can replace them a dime a dozen. maybe even a penny a dozen. But is that all you deserve? The same shit over and over and over. How about you save up all those pennies? Let it amount to something so that you can buy yourself something made of quality. You deserve that. Might take a little while. Stack up all your coins and then use it to get what you really want. Something made of tremendous quality that will last you a long time. I used to think that I was incapable of making friends and sustaining friendships. I used to be afraid. I used to feel like people come in and out of my life. All I wanted was a long-standing connection. I wanted that, movie storyline where we've been friends since the second grade and you're my bestie for life. Yeah, I haven't been in second grade in a very long time. I was never going to have that storyline. You know why? Because I kept choosing the same type of shady ass people to pay loyalties to be obligated to. I could never sustain a friendship with a woman because I kept picking the same damaged type of mindset. I don't know why. I don't know why I kept doing that when I have zero fucking capacity to tolerate that kind of shit. And that's why those friendships kept ending. I can't tolerate fakery. I can't tolerate dishonorable behaviors. I can't be around people who use others, who have a condition of being two-faced. Where you're, fake nice in front of them, but as soon as they turn their back, you're talking shit. Like, you will know if I'm talking shit about you because when I see you, I'm be like, this fucking bitch. What are you doing here? That's how I'll greet you. I can't fake shit. I cannot fake shit. You ask my husband. There's times where he probably gotta elbow me a little bit, like, your face, fix your face, because I'm like, fuck, are they doing here? I'm absolutely like that. It's ugly. It's ugly. That's not something I'm proud of, but that's the truth of me. That's the truth of me. Mhm. That's the truth of me. There was this individual that showed up to my mother's funeral. Oh, the face that I caught myself making, like, and then my cousin had to be like, "Hey, hey, this is your mom's funeral. Don't, don't." And I had to be like, "Don't what?" My cousin's like, "Your face." Whatever you want to say, don't, don't do that. And I was like, oh, okay. Could you really tell? And she's like, girl, it's all over your face. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, I can't stand that kind of shit. I can't stand fake shit. And I continued to choose these things. Why? I don't know. I don't know. I still don't know. And just because I don't know doesn't mean I don't know better than to no longer choose that. I had to stack up all my little coins. I had to stack up coins for so many years. So many years. until I had enough emotional and spiritual currency to be able to afford to sustain the real connections that I have now in my life. What a fucking investment. It was worth it. It was worth it. The massive power up that's going to happen for you is an investment you have been putting your investment into for years. Years. This is the period where everything is about to pay off for you. All of that emotional, spiritual, and energetic investment. Bring love into the situation, but it's in reverse. You can't bring love into the situation if you don't understand what healthy love is. You don't have to have mastered healthy love, but if you've never experienced it and you have no idea what it is, bringing love into a situation is simply bringing obligatory existence, bringing loyalty to someone who probably is not worthy of your loyalty. So remove love from the equation until you figure out what's happening, or until you figure out what healthy love actually is. Surrender to the divine. It's in reverse. This is telling me that some of y'all are fighting yourselves in this process that you're in. When you're experiencing a massive power up, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention, I'm sorry. Speaking of massive power ups, I'm going to be live on TikTok later today, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be harnessing some of that pre solar eclipse energy. If you'd like to get some expedites, it's not going to be like the solar eclipse expedites I will be doing on YouTube on the actual solar eclipse day. This is a pre solar eclipse event. Click on that QR code or simply join me 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on TikTok. Not doing a fire ceremony, not doing a luminous light ceremony, just doing strictly expedites. Okay. Almost forgot about that. So, you and your loved ones are safe. It's in reverse. If you don't allow yourself to receive the support, the encouragement, if you don't allow yourself to take in the very thing that you are being genuinely offered with no strings attached, I think this is going to be a very difficult period for the people who do that. I'm hoping it's none of y'all. And someone's going to be like, oh my God, so you're saying you're okay with other people? I'm saying I don't control other people. Calm the fuck down. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I can't control other people, and I have to be okay with what other people decide for themselves. That's specifically what I'm saying. So I'm hoping that those of us in our community who are going to be facing this very soon, that you choose something different for yourself, that you allow yourself to finally get to a point where you're receiving what is rightfully for you, what is being offered with no strings attached, just love, genuine love. There are still people who offer things in a genuine manner. They don't have an ulterior motive. Um, they're not trying to screw you over. There's no like setup for something. It's just, you know, they have the capacity and so they're offering. How do you know, Emmy? Because I'm one of those people. that's that's how I know. I'm one of those people. Like if I offer you something, um, I'm just offering. I'm not even expecting a thank you. It's just I felt called to do it, so here, I do it. Now people like that don't exist. Motherfucker, I just told you I'm like that. I don't do that for everyone anymore. Only for the people I'm called to do that for. Only for those people. And no, I don't stay friends with most of them. I don't. It's just, a lot of them are complete strangers to me in my heart. But my heart tells me I cross their path because this is something I have to do. And I do it and then I carry on with my life. There are people like that. There's this lady. Um, I was in a rush. I was in California, this is years ago. I was in California, my flight, I needed to get ready for my flight. It was a fucked off story. Let me tell you the actual story. I went to California to go ahead and move my brother from the place he was at to a house. And he was at an Airbnb. And at one point, I guess he had some guests over, and some fucking stupid ass person decided to write on the butcher block counter in a Sharpie pen. I could have fucking killed people, figuratively, of course. And I'm cleaning up the Airbnb and I see their Sharpie marker all over. Like, y'all cannot just hide that with a fruit bowl. So I had to rush my ass to Walmart to get a sander. Thank God that it was a butcher block. I sanded it. It looked so good and fresh when I was done. I'm not about destroying shit and not fixing it, even though I didn't destroy it. Okay. Integrity, right? So while I'm at Walmart rushing because my flight, I had to leave California that day, my flight, I was paying in the self pay. And there was this lady who is like, oh, shit. And I'm realizing she doesn't have enough money. So she has some windshield wipers and a couple other necessities. And she's trying to figure out what she's going to take out of her cart. And she had called one of the workers over. They weren't there yet. She had called one of the workers over to delete items so that she could fit it in her budget. And before the worker could come, I was already finished with mine. I went up to her and I said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry. Can I just take care of this for you? It's no big deal." And she goes, "No, no, no, I get paid on Friday." I said, "That's wonderful." And I stuck my ATM card in there. I paid for it. She started crying and I was like, "Hey, don't worry about it." And I left. She goes, "But I get paid on Friday." That's good for you. I don't fucking got time. Okay. I gotta go. I gotta fix an Airbnb. Yeah. And like, I didn't sit there like, "I'm Emmy evolving. Could you write a review for me?" Like, no, you need windshield wipers. It's raining outside. It's raining outside. And you have groceries, not a lot. Just on Friday when you get paid, fucking help someone else. I don't do whatever you want to do. But my heart tells me I have to help you right now. And that's that. Didn't ask her name, didn't nothing. Just stuck my card in the ATM, paid and left. There are people who still exist who are like that. And it's not a small number. It seems like there's none of them left because we don't announce these things. We do what we feel is right, and then we carry on. There are many people who are still like that. Many. When you come across that type of person, I'm not going to tell you to cherish them. I'm going to tell you to cherish the opportunity your soul is presenting to you. An opportunity to receive help with no strings attached. Yes, express gratitude. It's a lovely thing to express gratitude. It's also a lovely thing to allow yourself to receive. Look at the bigger picture in reverse. Some of y'all are so zoomed in to whatever the problem you're dealing with is that you're dealing in the micro rather than the macro. You're completely forgetting that there is a larger picture, and this is but one component of what you're going through. Luck is on your side. It's in reverse. You don't need luck, honey. This is merely a part of a process that was already destined for you to experience. The details of that process were hashed out when you began choosing options that led to the effects. You chose the causations and now you're living through the effects. Has nothing to do with blame, has everything to do with accountability. Offering his gift of song. Your skills are the gifts you can share with others. Ooh, I love that. Your skills are the gifts that you can share with others. So you're being allowed to go through the things that you're going through in order to surge enough energy to be able to retrieve your access card to those gifts, to those abilities. And once you do that, you can then become a gift yourself unto others. I love that. I love that a lot. I do. Union of wisdom and compassion. Lovemaking can bring wisdom and compassion or mire us in lust. Be careful. Be careful. Just be careful. I don't want to get into the topic of twins. It feels like it has to do for some of you with this thing of someone who you've identified as a twin is actually going to be a tremendous source of trauma for you, or they have been, or they still are, or they will be. I don't fucking know. But they probably not your twin. I'm just telling you. Anyways, yeah, that's probably going to be the trauma induced accretion, that is going to help trigger the process of you retrieving your gifts. You're being called to active duty by soul. You're needing to be who you are. No more niceties. No more pretending. No more shrinking yourself. No more diminishment, abnegation, self abnegation. All of that is, yeah, no more of that. You need to just be who you are. Just be who you are. That takes zero effort. You know that, right? If you don't, now you do. It takes zero effort to be who you are. You already are who you are. If you got to try, that means you're not being who you are. Like, I don't have to try to be kind. I'm just kind. I'm a kind person. Just like I don't have to try to be an asshole. I can be a fucking asshole. Yeah, no, I have assholery in me at times too. Yeah, but it's not dominant. That's why I'm not ashamed of it. It's not dominant. It comes out when I'm facing another asshole. Yeah. I mean, just like, yeah. You think you the shit, not even a fart. That's the song. You think you the shit, you not even a fart. Okay. Okay, I spice. Crack me up. I was listening to it in the gym. Crack me up. He keeps showing up, but I've been rejecting him the last 6 months. Melba, did you not learn anything from what I'm going through? How the fuck is he still allowed to show up? Right? Right? I'm saying. I'm saying. You know? I'm saying there's many of us going through whatever Melba's going through. If you're really done with something, y'all need to start acting like it. Not saying it, acting like it. You know when I'm done with you. You will know. How will you know? You can't access me in any way, shape, or form, boo. Show up where? Hmm? You can't show up nowhere. Like, no. No. You want that massive power up? Act like it. Do what is necessary. I'm not talking about being mean. I'm not talking about revenge, retaliation. I'm not talking about punishment. I'm talking about if you are done, act like you are done. And that's that. That's that, right? Card number 33, the magician. What you identify with becomes who you are. Ooh. Don't identify with the fucked up words that other people are telling you about yourself. No, that's a song. It's not me, Genevieve. I did not say that. Hold that. Hold that. Okay. Yeah, it's by Ice Spice. She says, "You think you the shit, bitch? You not even a fart." Grah. I be going hard. Grah. The song is called "Think You the Shit." It's not me. It's not me. Don't quote me. Ice Spice said that. Grah. Ooh. I should stop saying that because that makes me feel spicy. Uh, anyways, conduit from the sky to the earth, be fierce and vanquish whatever is holding you back. Mhm. Mhm. Know what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that. She got her dagger and she got her bowl of snacks. She got her like fuck around and find out stick. You see what I'm saying? Mhm. I'm saying. You want to fuck around and find out? I got a stick for you. You want to get closer? I got a dagger. You gonna make me use up my energy? I brought snacks, boo. I'm good. I can keep at this. Mhm. Girlfriend. Mhm. First wife of Padma's Sambhava. Okay, sometimes love changes the course of a life. Ooh, I love this. Sometimes love changes the course of a life. Fall in love with yourself. Allow your life to change because you've fallen in love with yourself. Not because someone else has fallen in love with you, but because you have finally fallen in love with yourself. I'm at a point where I am finally falling very deeply in love with me, very deeply in love with me. There's days where we still fight, me and myself. Like, bitch, why you like this? I don't know, bitch. Yeah. There's days where I still fight myself. That's okay. Doesn't mean I hate myself. It means there's more understanding and growth that could be had. Yeah. Ooh. Lori says, done. Then shut the door, deadbolt, lock it up. Not to correct you, but sharing my opinion. Done. Move out the house with no forwarding address. When I say act like you done, I mean done. I mean done. They still gonna keep coming around, knocking on your door, peeking through the windows. Fuck that. My peace is sacred. If I'm done, you will not access me in any way, shape, or form. I'm done. It takes a lot to get me there. It takes a whole lot to get me there. But I promise you, when I am done, metaphorically, fuck you and your mom. That's what done means. Fuck the whole bloodline. Be complete in that sense of being done. Don't half ass that. Because when you half ass what you mean when you say you're done, some people take that as, oh, you playing hard to get? Oh my God, let me try harder. I'm not playing at all. That's the thing. When you're not playing at all, it needs to be conveyed that you are not playing at all. It is not enough to deadbolt the door shut, to shut that door, deadbolt it, and nail it. Like, no. You will not disturb my peace. Because even when the door is shut, if they know where they can access you, how they can access you, they will continue to try and access you. Right? I walk away from someone and they're over there like writing posts about me and all this other stuff. I don't care. I'm not going to check. No, guys, don't tell me about any of it. I don't care. I don't. I'm not going to keep tabs to see if like, oh, are you still talking about me? They probably are. I don't care. What's that got to do with me? Right? Diane says it's getting deeper and deeper, but I know I can swim, although some days I just want to float. And that's the thing. When you realize you can swim, it doesn't matter how deep it is. Water is water is water. When you know you can swim, it does not matter how deep it is. It doesn't. Did you know not all dogs know how to swim? My brother has a Borbal, which is an African Mastiff. They're like big bone dogs. His dog is huge. And one of the houses that I had put him in had a pool. And we were all swimming and it was lovely. And then his dog was sniffing on the side. And I didn't know not all dogs know how to swim. And I made the mistake of pushing him in. At which point my brother screamed, "He can't swim!" And I was like, "What?" And I was looking, and it's 6 feet. I can't swim. It's 6 feet, and he was going down. I was like, "Oh." He goes, "Jump in so we can both drown." Oh, shit. I froze. I literally froze because I was like, "No, no. He's gonna pop back up in my head." And then so my brother had to jump in. He was right beside us. And then he had to, yeah, pull his dog up, and then I was hugging the poor baby. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And from then on, for years now, my brother's like, "You fucking traumatized him. She tried to drown you." I was like, "I did." Yeah, not all dogs know how to swim. And I think maybe some of us who are afraid of deep water, it's because we don't know how to swim. We're afraid of finding out whether or not we can. I'm pretty sure I can swim if the water's deep enough. But so long as the water is not deep enough, I'm going to be tripping myself out because my feet need to touch the cement at the bottom. And I'm not that tall. So I can't go very far. And it's just this fear. It's this fear. Like I said, I'm pretty sure if the water was deep enough, I could absolutely swim. I just don't want to. um, Compassion with action yields results. I think for some of you, you're past this whole compassion with action thing. That's why it's in reverse. I think for most of you, um, there's a need to recognize whether your concept of compassion has become very distorted and has become a thing of enablement, right? I can do the frog swim. I can swim underwater. I can float. I mean, but am I a confident swimmer? No, because every time I try and swim and my head goes under the water, I think of the life right before this life. My last life right before this. I drowned in the ocean. I drowned in the ocean. I was very cognitive. I have the memories still intact. I could describe the cockpit for you. I kamikaze. I did. I kamikaze. And I remember we made impact with the ocean and I grabbed the 5-point harness. I don't know if it was a 5-point harness, but there was a harness across I grabbed it and we made impact. And as we began to sink, because I was not swimming up, fuck no, it's a good day to die. That's what my thought was. I unbuckled myself and I was like, this is an honorable way. Like, bitch, you about to drown. This is an honorable way. Yeah. Yeah. And then I could hear the humpback whales singing in the bay. Yeah. Crazy shit. So whenever my head goes underwater, I hear the whales singing and I'm like, I'm not going to die today. It's not a good day to die. Yeah. Ah, okay. Be courageous. Anything life gives can be an inspiration. Okay. But this card came in reverse, right? This card came in reverse. Anything life gives can be an inspiration. Be careful about thinking that the hardships, the unnecessary hardships that you're selecting for yourself are meant to inspire you. Because there's the hardships that you face despite trying to avoid it, because you're destined to experience that so that you can learn something. And then there's things that we choose because I guess we want to fuck around and find out. And so now we're finding out. Don't be inspired by that. Don't keep repeating that. Um, Bring it into form. Something's trying to prevent you from bringing something into form. It might be you, it might be someone else, but no matter what, bring it into form anyways. Double down. When something tries to prevent you from achieving what needs to be achieved, and you know in your heart this is something that you need to do, then maybe you need to consider doubling down. Oh, for some, because I'm very intuitively led. So for me, there's no other option but to double down, right? When I sense that it's something trying to stop me. Um, for those who are not intuitively led, that might be your soul trying to redirect you. So you're going to have to begin developing your discernment. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. That's pretty self explanatory. Trust yourself. Once you begin to develop your discernment, you can begin trusting yourself, and then you can begin receiving the inspiration, right? Part of how you're going to develop your trust in yourself is by recognizing, what do you feel? What do you feel? Where do you feel it? The bottom portion of the ribs on down, if that's where you're feeling it, the closer to your pelvic floor you are going, the more you are being told by soul, do not do that. Avoid it, avoid it, avoid it. Mhm. From the heart on up, that's where you feel it. That is your soul letting you know, hey, you have to go through something. You might not want to, but this is something that will really expand your awareness of yourself and your capacity. So we love you. We're going to let this happen. Yes, that's sometimes what soul does. Beyond the mind, the heart beats, but it's in reverse. So you're thinking strictly with your mind and not allowing any of your intuition to come through. You need to be balanced between intuition and logic. It can't be all of one or all of the other. Card number 35, conscious connections. This is about you needing to make sure that your connections are mutually beneficial, that they are reciprocated. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse in my eyes than people who think unrequited love is cute. People who disrespect your boundaries and your sacred space because they think, I just need to convince you. No, you need to just go the fuck away, is what you need to do. That's what you need to do, right? Here's the thing. If you have to convince someone to stay, if you have to convince someone, like really go out of your way to convince them that you are the one for them, that you are a good friend to them, that you are the best potentiality they could ever choose. Yeah, no, no. I have a lot to offer people. I do. I recognize that at this point. How much? I don't know. It's a lot though. I recognize that. Um so do I need to convince people? If I'm trying to offer you help in whatever way I feel is appropriate, monetary help, energetic help, whatever's appropriate. And you're like, well, I don't know. Okay. If I see that I can basically heal your medical condition. And you're like, I'm going to need time to think about it. You know what? I'm sorry. I overstepped boundaries. I shouldn't be trying to pressure you into allowing me to do anything to you. Forget about it. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Never mind. Never mind. That was so inappropriate of me. It was. It was inappropriate of me. Because I should have allowed my intuition to add to my discernment. My discernment then would have told me this person is not open to what it is that you do. And they need to go and learn their life lessons on their own terms, and their terms do not involve you. At which point I could have just stayed quiet. Mhm. Not everyone is going to see what you do and what you stand for and understand what that is or appreciate it. Some people will understand and they won't appreciate it still. That's okay. They're not your people. That is not a connection that you were supposed to have, right? You get that a lot, Jenny. What a loss for them. You're actually very, very skilled. You're very, very skilled. Some people choose their own suffering. That has to be respected. It has to. That's a part of sovereignty. That's a part of being a sovereign, right? Guys, I gotta go. I just saw the time. I gotta go. Join me 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's in a couple hours on TikTok. I'm going to be doing expedites. Let me show the link again. There you go. A whole bunch of different expedites available. If you would like to get any type of energetic work done by me, either click on that QR code or the link in the comment, and you'll be able to see what I have offered today. I'm going to be utilizing pre-solar eclipse energy. If you want to experience the full solar eclipse energy, the full package, the full experience, then you want to wait until the 8th. You want to wait until the 8th. But tonight is a good night anyways. If you just want to get something done, it's going to be extra potent energy because we're close enough to that event. I got a lot of shit that I'm going to say. I'm going to make videos on TikTok talking about specific things. So go catch me over there. Catch me over there. I'm evolving over on TikTok. I'll see you guys again very soon. Please make sure you follow and share. Make sure you like, give this video a thumbs up, and then I'll see you again